Now let us discuss about parallelogram's law of vector addition. So this is same as Strangel's law, only you need to understand the diagram. So let us consider two vectors, A vector and B vector are acting at a point by making an angle theta with each other. So I am shifting this A vector without changing its magnitude and direction to the one side of this given parallelogram. Let's say this parallelogram is MNOT. So Mn represents A vector and Mt represents B vector. Basically Mn is one side of this parallelogram and Mt is another side of this parallelogram. So angle between these two adjacent sides will be theta. So theta is nothing but angle between A vector and B vector. Then the diagonal which is passing through this point, M point is common to both the vectors, A vector and B vector, or you can say M point is the common point from which Mn side and Mt sides are drawn. So if a diagonal is passing through that M point, that diagonal will represent the addition of two vectors. I repeat, if two vectors are represented by two sides of a parallelogram, two adjacent sides of a parallelogram drawn from a common point, then the diagonal which is passing through the common point will give you the resultant of the two vectors. This is very simple. If I shift this B vector to this vector, this side, I can shift because this side is parallel to this side. This is a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are same. So MT is parallel to NO. So if I shift B vector to this, now MNO, I'm again zooming out this picture. Now this is M, this is N, this is O. So Mn is my A vector, NO is my B vector, so MO will be my R vector. This is same as triangle's law. If two vectors are represented by two sides of a triangle taken in same order, then the resultant will be the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. Already I have discussed in triangle's law. So here is no need to discuss much. Just you remember, if two vectors are represented by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram drawn from a point, then the diagonal which is passing through the common point will represent the resultant of two vectors.
Start.
So we have seen from the diagram that A vector plus B vector equal to R vector from triangle's law and A vector plus B vector equal to R vector from parallelogram's law. Now question arises, what will happen to the other diagonal? So let other diagonal is R1 vector and I am zooming out from this diagram. This is M, this is N, this is T, this is my A vector, this is my B vector, and this is R1 vector. So now what will happen with this another diagonal of the parallelogram? So what will happen to R1 vector? So from this diagram it is clear that B vector and R1 vector are in same order because head of B vector is connected to the tail of R1 vector. So I can write B vector plus R1 vector because they are in same order equal to A vector because A vector is in opposite order with B vector and A vector is in opposite order with R1 vector. So two vectors taken in same order will be added to give a third vector which is in opposite order. So B vector plus R1 vector equal to A vector. Now R1 vector equal to A vector minus B vector. So if one diagonal will give me A plus B, one diagonal of the parallelogram which is passing through the common point from where both A vectors and B vectors or both the adjacent sides are drawn will give me addition of two vectors. Whereas the other diagonal R1 vector will give me subtraction of two vectors. One will be vector sum, another will be vector difference.
Start.
So we have seen, if I am taking this as PQOT. So PQOT is a parallelogram. PQ represents A vector and PT represents B vector. Now PO diagonal will give me the resultant of two vectors. R vector equal to A plus B vector. A vector plus B vector. Now if I represent this parallelogram associating with triangle, I mean if I draw this OT perpendicular on PT, then I can use the same technique that I did at deriving the formula for triangle's law. That is, r square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta and tan beta equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. Look, theta is the angle between a vector and b vector, whereas beta, this double line, will show the angle between r vector and a vector. And this is theta means this is theta because these two lines, PT line and QO lines are parallel. So I can easily put the triangle's law. So no need to derive. If there is a derivation kind of question, you can directly use that same derivation. I did it in triangle's law. So this will give me the magnitude of the two vectors, whereas this will give me the direction of the resultant of the two vectors.
We start.
So already we have discussed about one diagonal, that is r vector equal to a vector plus b vector, and from there I can write the formula r equal to a square b square plus 2ab cos theta root over and tan beta equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta, which is same as your triangles. Now what will happen to this r1? So let us consider about this r1. Already I have discussed r1 vector will be a vector minus b vector. I can write r1 vector as a vector plus minus b vector. So what I'll do, I'll reverse this b vector to minus b vector. Look at the diagram. This is my b vector. If I rotate it by 180 degree, it will be a negative vectors, because from the definition of negative vectors, if you watch out my previous videos on vector types of vectors, you can easily see that b vector, this will be minus b vector, because angle between two negative vectors is 180 degree. There is a rotation of 180 degree, but their magnitude are same, directions are opposite. So this will be 180 degree. Similarly, I can write this angle as 180 minus theta. So now this will be my minus b vector. So if this will be my minus b vector and this is my a vector, now my new resultant will be this one, r1 vector, which is also parallel to this r1 vector. Same, they are almost same in magnitude, same in direction. So I can say they are equal vectors. So I want to find out r1 vector, because r1 vector is nothing but a vector plus minus b vector. Okay, now what is the angle between a vector and minus b vector? 180 minus theta. So I can write r1 square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 180 minus theta. Because whenever you are adding two vectors, you have to take the angle between them. Here I am adding a vector and minus b vector. Remember one thing, very important thing. Negative sign has no role on the vector's magnitude. It is only assigning the direction. It has no role with the magnitude. So even if it is r1 equal to a vector plus minus b vector, I am just taking magnitude of a, magnitude of b. 2 into magnitude of a, magnitude of b. But now a vector and minus b vector, angle between them is 180 minus theta. So this is cos 180 minus theta. So now my r1 will be a square plus b square. Okay, I am writing it square. Okay, cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. Minus 2ab cos theta. This is very simple. You know, cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. I am using that. So my r1 will be a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta root over. So this will give me the magnitude. And for direction, you can use this formula, but you have to put sin 180 minus theta and cos 180 minus theta. Then things will be easier. So you do it. If you have any problem, then WhatsApp me on my number 9090700977. Thank you.